Welcome everyone. It is the regular city council meeting for Monday, November 8th, 2021. We'll call the meeting to order. If we could all stand up and say the pledge of allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Can I have roll call, please, Teresa?
J.T. Thompson.
Yes.
Rich Peterson.
Yes.
Matt Girardi.
Yes.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
And Matt said he would be late.
Matt's coming. Okay. Number 4, approval of agenda. Do we have any questions or comments on anything regarding that? Not have a motion for approval? Motion to approve. Second?
Second.
And roll call, please.
Rich Peterson.
Yes.
Matt Girardi.
Yes.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
J.T. Thompson.
Yes.
Number 5, I believe we can skip. So number 6, the consent agenda. Anybody have any questions or concerns on anything regarding that? Not, I'll ask for a motion for approval.
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
And second, please.
I'll second.
And roll call.
Matt Girardi.
Yep.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
J.T. Thompson.
Yes.
Rich Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, number 7, approve the third reading of ordinance 2021-03, amending and replacing Title 6, Physical Environment, Chapter 15, Floodplain Management. So this will be our third and final reading of this ordinance.
I'm assuming no one said anything, everything's good, Teresa?
Everything's good.
I'll make a motion to approve the third reading of ordinance 2021-03.
Second? Second. And roll call, please.
Matt Girardi.
Yep.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
J.T. Thompson.
Yes.
Rich Peterson.
Yes.
Okay, number 8, discuss and consider approval of payment request number 5 in the amount of $292,711.67 for BWC Excavating LC. And Mark isn't here tonight, but I don't know how many more of these there will be, but
Until they do the final, kind of like we did with the lagoon.
oh, okay.
They'll do a final walkthrough and make sure that everything's done
Gotcha.
the way it should be before we make a final payment.
And it looks like they got all the streets are paved, so that's good. Are they gonna work on, do you know, are they gonna work on the sidewalk entryways themselves?
Yes,
Is that the plan?
I believe so. And they were up there today, we need to put the mailbox,
The pad?
the pad. And then Leo said he can get the actual, I don't know what they call those units.
Yeah, okay.
And he can get them at a discounted price. So he said he would order those for us.
Oh, okay.
So Leo actually met Michael Bush from Origin Design
Yep.
up there so they could decide where they would go,
Perfect.
so.
All little things, I guess, now.
Yeah, finishing touches for the most part, so it's a good thing. Anybody have any other questions or comments on number 8?
Well, you probably just need paid, right?
Yeah.
Pay there.
Yep, so if there's no other discussion, somebody wanna make a motion for approval?
Motion to approve.
Second?
I'll second.
And roll call.
Adam Ryder,
Yes.
J.T. Thompson,
Yes.
Rich Peterson,
Yes.
Matt Girardi.
Yes. Number 9, discuss and consider approval of payment request number 10 in the amount of $5,000, the final request for stop construction, so. This is basically just the
The
kind of retainer, right?
final retainage.
Then we're done with Staub and all
Then
that?
we're
Close
done.
that out. Okay.
Nothing else has come up that would be of concern or?
No,
Not that I've heard, no.
they did a good job.
Yeah, well, it sounds,
Yeah, that one went really smooth,
Yeah.
actually.
I have no issue with that. I'll make a motion to approve the final payment of $5,000 to Staub Construction.
Second.
Yeah, roll call, please.
J.T. Thompson,
Yes.
Rich Peterson,
Yes.
Matt Drardy,
Yes.
Adam Ryder.
Yes.
Number 10,
I think we should probably skip it,
okay.
because we're,
We're way ahead. Okay, we can skip number 10 then, and we will go on to number 11, and other business. And Teresa, did you have a couple?
I have a couple things. Met with, the marketing, students from the University of Iowa to discuss how we would move forward in marketing the subdivision. Since we had auditors here, I had invited Dick and Brenda Kunow and Nancy Kiefer to come in and take the girls for a tour around town, since they wanted to get familiar with the area. It's Sophia and Sheridan are their names. Very knowledgeable, had some very good thoughts and ideas, had already worked at putting some things together. So what we talked about is really what should the name of the subdivision be? And, you know, we've been calling it the Marvin subdivision the whole time, but,
Marvin second edition.
yeah.
What started out to be.
It started out as Preston number 2, because St. Joseph's was Preston number 1. And then, it was causing a problem with the recording, and they asked if the name could be changed at the courthouse. So, some names that have been thrown out there: South Hope, West Hope, Harvest Heights, Heartland Heights, or Easton Estates.
Reference your email, because I was responding, you said people didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I just.
Well, it was the naming of, you know, subdivisions that generally they haven't been named after who you purchased the land from.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll add on that. That's pretty common, you know, you see it all the time. I see it all the time in the Quad Cities. They'll stick a new subdivision in and they'll call it, they'll brand it. You know, I think one's like Wilderness, or, you know, there's just
Makes it
different.
more attractive too.
Yeah, they brand it, they put a logo on it, and they really, you know, it's a selling point.
Pleasant Run, hanging out.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of the streets are named after like park, you know, people just own the properties.
Right, and so that was the one request I think the Marvins had when we purchased that we, you know, we keep that street name after them, and that, you know, we have, you know, obliged to that, so, you know, this is something the girls from university have come up with, and just throwing ideas around, so.
What were the names again?
South Hope, and the reason for the whole Hope is because the street Hope, Faith, and
Yeah,
so that's where it kind of came around, in that feeling of, I don't know, community, and, I don't know, kind of giving that warm fuzzy is what they were trying to do.
yeah.
So South Hope, West Hope, Harvest Heights, Heartland Heights, or Easton Estates. I think Easton Estates is
Kinda
I like the harvest.
I
assuming that's just a few that they come up with, or is that kind of the final list?
That's kind of the final list, and in a perfect world, we would have, opened it maybe up to the public, maybe
Sounds
narrowed
great.
it down here and got more public opinion on it. But, we're kind of in crunch time, cause we wanna get some marketing materials together, for, the ribbon cutting and for, when people come home over the holidays. So it's come down to the council.
I like the Harvest one, that's Harvest Heights or whatever.
Can you rattle them off again? I know I want
Yes, yep.
One more time.
Last time.
Just one more time.
South Hope, West Hope, Harvest Heights, Heartland Heights, or Easton Estates.
When, are they wanting a kind of solid answer?
Like today.
No rush
Well,
there.
let's put them all in a hat.
Yeah, personally, I have no preference really. I'm with you that the Easton Estates is, I don't know, I like the sound of that.
I like the Harvest one. We can get a big rock to put out front too, like one of them fancy neighborhoods.
No. They couldn't have a big rock over here.
Yeah, I mean,
either.
to me, it's not that big deal.
Alright, no rock then.
We get a small rock.
You wanna just go around and everybody votes, Or write it down or whatever.
Well, I like the Harvest Heights, so I'll throw that.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yep.
That'd be my good vote.
Sounds good.
Having no preference, I'd go with that.
Rich?
I'm good, Harvest Heights.
Okay.
I thought it was gonna be harder than that.
Motion carries. We're just following your lead, man.
They'll be like, who picked that?
JT.
We get phone calls.
It was either that or Eastern Court West.
Next thing, we feel that it needs to have publicity that it's completed and have a ribbon cutting. We were thinking the ribbon cutting should probably happen before, the holidays, before Thanksgiving was kind of our target. So, actually, the date that come from the group, which was our Sophia and Sheridan, our University of Iowa students, Nancy Kiefer, Dick and Brenda Kunow, myself. The students actually picked November 21st.
That's a Sunday.
That's a Sunday. So at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So how do you feel about that date? Does everybody think that'll work?
What will be, and if you already talked about it, I apologize, but will it be completed by then?
For substantial completion.
I think it will be. I mean, that gives us 2 more weeks, and they've been up there moving dirt, and, they're going, the next thing will be to do the seeding.
They're gonna hydro seed it, or what are they gonna do?
No, it'll be the old fashioned way.
That's just gonna all
That's
wash away.
They're not doing anything this
They're,
week yet.
they said, I think he said they would be seeding, but he's got them lined up for the spring, cause they'll need
Oh,
it for
gotcha.
that.
I don't know if they should even waste their time this fall.
So,
I mean, it wouldn't,
I would, because you're still gonna, some growth will occur before, because it'll be so wet before you can get into anything else again to help.
yeah.
But if you would hydro seed it, that would help with runoff and everything else, you might get some, it'll hold better and stuff, in my opinion. I know I brought that up to him,
Yeah,
and he was gonna check into it,
mhm.
yeah.
and I think we have a leg to stand on to push,
Maybe ask.
Right.
a little.
push it a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I think, I think we can say we wanted hydro seeded, and I think that's what they need to do.
Yeah,
That's on them. If it had been done September 1, we'd have had growth.
Right.
right, that's what I was.
Oh, yeah, right. Probably mowing.
Exactly.
Right.
So I think we should, you know, and that's just my opinion. We need to tell them what we want and they need to do it. You know, we're 2 months late, you know?
Oh, yeah.
You know, if we'd had growth and been done, look at the pictures we could have had,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah, I don't have an issue with that at all.
I agree with you, I mean, I think we need,
If they have the means to do it,
well, yeah.
Right.
I don't see an issue with that.
Like
Just
that's
hire
kinda
somebody.
nice.
There's people that come and, they came in town and hydro-seeded the little tiny patches by the parking lot in the new school. Those little tiny sections.
I mean, that was growing, I mean, within a couple weeks.
Exactly. I mean, it's November, but,
Right.
you know,
Well, that's my fear, is it gonna, will it wash away over the winter?
very well could,
Who knows?
yeah.
I don't know, they got a lot of dirt to move, but I know they can move that pretty quick, but.
Yeah, it all depends on how much rain we get, how much snow, how fast it melts, everything else.
Yeah.
You know, and again, I would make sure we talked about, you know, putting some, I'm losing my words here, but some material around the storm sewers and stuff, you know, not directly around them, but, so all that, if that runoff does happen, it doesn't all end up plugging our storm sewers up right away.
Yeah.
What did they call that?
Them socks or whatever.
Socks.
Yeah.
Socks, yeah.
Yeah, those.
Erosion socks or something.
Yeah, those need to
There
go
needs to
down.
be some silt fence and some things put up in preparation for the spring.
Yeah.
I'm afraid they're not gonna do any of that.
They'll get it done
I
by
am too.
January.
I think we need to be,
Well, we'll have a
Very
final
vocal about
walkthrough and with our retainage.
Should be
So,
respect.
I mean,
Cause our retainage
That's-
is what, 40,000?
I don't recall, you may
That's
have it in
what it
front
was.
of you in the payment
That gives
request.
us still way more. I thought it was just in this last payment from them.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
It's
Well, that's
in
something
the
should be
payment.
put on Mark Root though.
I think, yeah, we could put on Mark Rudin that, hey, you know, we want erosion control in place before they leave this year, so we're preventing as much as we can next year. You know, and again, you know, we want them hydro-seeded, and if not, I guess explain to us why not, you know, not just cost. And then, you know, back in the spring to fix anything that needs to be.
Okay.
What about streetlights, them on order yet, or you got those?
We're still getting,
It's like 40,000.
working on quotes.
Okay.
What was the lead time on the streetlights? Is it, I mean, do they show up fairly quick, or is it weeks, months?
It's, I would say weeks,
Okay.
weeks.
Street signs,
Street signs,
We haven't even thought much.
and have my-
But I'll write it down, okay?
yeah. I guess it's probably only one street, right?
Yeah. But,
well,
yeah, but you'll need them.
Two different places.
We'll
two
need 'em.
different places.
Yeah, we'll need them,
Does
no,
it have a street name, or is that,
But-
we're still, that's part of
Marvin Lane,
Marvin Lane?
that was all part of the
Yeah,
agreement.
Okay.
Well, it says
I
on
think I
here,
requested that one was Waffle Lane.
Yeah.
the silt fence or silt fence ditch check, and they got that at 75%.
Is it-
Inlet protection device, they don't have anything on that. So I'm assuming that's gonna happen after they get done moving dirt.
I would assume, yeah, I'd have to,
Yeah.
most of that stuff.
Yeah.
After you finish grade.
Right,
And then I'm sure that they plan on doing it, just doesn't hurt to remind,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Set expectations, you know?
You think all this can get done in 2 weeks for this ribbon cutting thing?
They just need the area behind the picture done.
Not true. I can throw you
Well,
the
and-
picture.
They gotta look good, right?
Look at
that.
Lower your expectations.
They were originally thinking of having it, you know, down by the cul-de-sac on the west end, down that direction. But after they were here and went on the tour with Brenda,
Mhm.
which she did an awesome job,
Yes, and thank you to them.
yes.
And Nancy for
Nancy,
doing that.
they did.
That was awesome.
We,
Dick and Brenda.
we had a really good meeting, and then, they went up for lunch, and then Brenda took the girls, they went up to the school, they went over to Miles to the elementary.
Perfect.
I mean, went up here to the boutique, So they got a real feel for the whole town.
Got the whole nickel tour.
They did. And, with that being said, when they were up at the school and they saw that, then they decided that that's where, we should have the ribbon cutting is up that direction, so it's looking down this way.
Oh, okay,
So it's coming back.
sure.
So that people could actually have parking and with the football field and all of that, so.
Are they, do they have that opened up there? Can people drive on it yet? Or is it still barricaded off?
Brenda drove on it,
Did she?
yeah,
Okay.
so,
I figured it had to be getting close.
yeah. So, you know, the big thing with the ribbon cutting is how big of an event do we want that to be? You know, what are we going to put together for some type of budget? Cause we can really start, you can start spending a lot of money on different things. And, you know, it was kind of thought about maybe leaving that area and then coming down to the town hall and having marketing materials. And then it's like, okay, how many people are going to leave that area to come back down here?
Right.
You know, is there going to be value in that?
Mhm.
I think if we have stuff made up, you know, and can hand it out up there, that might be more beneficial than
That's,
hosting anything.
yeah.
I mean, that's.
That's what I think, you have something that they can take home with them.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
versus us, somebody standing up and talking, you know,
Right.
you just have
And-
information to give and,
Right.
Yeah, who's gonna do that?
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
you gonna pay Mark to do it? You know, who are you gonna,
For what?
you know, I mean, if you're gonna pick someone to pick, you know, to stand up and talk to the group about the lots and the mayor,
Mr. Mayor?
you probably don't wanna do that.
I just don't know how much of a, like you said, how much value is in hosting something, you know,
Yeah,
somewhere
how many
else than up there.
Yeah, I think if you get everybody up there, you have some
Right,
stuff to hand out.
say a few words.
If you wanna give a spiel, you give a little spiel there quick, you know, to a couple small groups or hopefully large groups, but.
Right.
I think it's more of a photo op and info you can get out on the newspaper, on
free-
the Facebook.
Right.
Some publicity,
Yeah,
PR basics.
yeah.
Yeah.
okay. But something we'll need to start thinking about is a budget. And I'll get with the students again and start laying out what they think and maybe getting some cost estimates and come back and,
Okay.
for the next meeting.
Do we have a cost of the lots? Is that all established?
30,000.
Will we have another meeting before?
I don't think we have another meeting.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
No.
Oh.
Do we wanna-
No, but
we should
I
make a
just wanna
budget.
talk about the budget.
Right,
But if we've agreed that we're not doing something afterwards, then it'll just be our materials. I may be sending out as far as some emails in regards to logos and the look, cause now that we've decided on the name, that may, change the way that we look at the logo, so.
Yeah, what's the game plan with, if the weather is bad, different date?
that's what I was wondering, cause I mean, that time of year, I mean,
Well, we may have to do like a rain date,
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know, if it, maybe it's the following Sunday
Right.
after Thanksgiving. But that doesn't mean we still can't have those real estate, those plastic things or something that can hold
Have
information
them set
Oh,
up there.
for sure.
and have those
Yeah.
set up there.
I know it'd be a few weeks later, but what would the thoughts be of possibly doing it the weekend of the holiday festival? Just because you'd have more people in town.
We talked about that and, kind of went back and forth. I don't know, what would you think for a date and a time?
I don't know, that's just it, and then, I mean, you're 2 weeks closer to winter weather, so I mean,
Yeah.
weather can really become a factor. I just,
Yeah.
thought maybe.
Maybe if nothing else,
people
we
be
have
around.
outside City Hall or something, have just something set up, they can grab flyers and stuff, you know, as people are
Right.
walking around town.
That might be good even, because I mean, like, the library will be open, might be
Yeah.
good to have a information table
Mhm.
out in the hallway or
And
something.
nobody need to man it, but just
Yeah, so we need to get it out there, so hopefully people
Yeah.
are interested in buying a lot.
I mean, they're gonna talk to, see if Chuck Grassley would come, supervisors. I mean, we're actually looking out, contractors, people in town, school, see if we can get our engineer here, so.
Awesome.
Yep, that
The
sounds.
21st, you said?
21st.
Yeah.
I don't, unless my schedule changed, I don't know if that's gonna work for me. I might be able to squeeze up there, but
That's a Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 o'clock, 2 p.m.
21st.
2 PM.
Yep.
are you gonna have one of the employees up there for utilities? What's, phone company,
I've got Roger on the list,
okay.
and our people will be up there. So, alrighty,
Okay, sounds good.
if you want, we can return to item number 10.
Okay. Okay, so let's go to number 10. Closed session to evaluate the professional competency of an individual whose appointment, hiring, performance, or discharge is being considered when necessary to prevent needless and irreparable injury to that individual's reputation and that individual request a closed session. So, Charles?
Yes, sir.
Welcome. Do we?
It has been requested for
Okay.
closed session,
Okay, so
so
I need a motion.
Make a motion to go into closed session.
Second.
And roll call?
Matt Peterson,
Yes.
Matt Girardi,
Yep.
Adam Ryder,
Yes.
JT Thompson,
Yes.
Rich